play tested right now, and it's actually just a series of bug fixes. Looks like our racers are off.
Probably going to see both of them go to Link to the Past. Although there are 2 items here in Super Metroid. One of which is in Logic.
Yeah, usually I don't see the early Super Metroid play unless it's hard Logic, where both of those items are in Logic.
The SMZ not being lit up is merely a technical issue right now. Fear not. And we have garbage on the Lake Hylia Island. But Link is storing his ether medallion right at his house. Now, early medallion does nothing, but it's nice to have them in your pocket because chances are we're going to need at least one.
Plus, yeah, they're pretty reassuring. You know, good size. Just
you never want to be on a. You don't want a medallion to be your go mode item because they tend to be pretty much anywhere.
Yep, I've seen medallion ped.
And early power bombs in the Uncle Chest in the sewers.
Yep. Those early power bombs are just a really nice find.
With Uncle being cheap and giving you his last rupee.
Poor guy. Lives in a basement. Only has a rupee.
Tracking for us is Death by Snoo Snoo, by the way, and thank you for tracking. Never mind, the site was wrong. Tracking for us is Dudo KO. My apologies. So far, the treat bowls have not been very enticing today, but we see Osse heading into the Thieves' Den. Hide out in the forest. A hot container. Early on, it's... well, yeah, you want them because you have so little health, it's easy to die.
So I think Andy's the only racer I've seen that does the uncle check save and quit. And I think it's just to smooth out the consistency for getting enough rupees for Kakariko. That's my theory.
I won't lie, I actually do that same trick as well. I watch Andy, so...
Yep, me too. I stole it from Andy.
Meanwhile, see Osse doing a hula room play. This will guarantee he has enough rupees for everything but Zora. Meanwhile, Andy is in Kakariko with no bombs and no money to buy them. Finds a lamp in the back of the tavern, though.
Not bad.
Now, there is a 150-50 bomb bush over here by the refill hut, and he gets lucky, gets the bomb, he can now go fill up in this house here. Meanwhile, Osse is taking that money to the Lake Hylia shop to buy bombs. He may be waiting to get something nice before going to CAC, like a flute or a bottle.
Yeah, definitely not opposed. The early Eastern play could be a good one.
And he only gets punished if Andy finds Bo in town.
Yes, in chat we see Osse does an interesting route. His routes are always pretty interesting. He's got a lot of technical skill and weird tricks up his sleeve, so...
That's why he's won in the finals. Meanwhile, Shahazula's hut had nothing. Chicken Coop had some super missiles.
Nice red boomerang for Andy.
Early on, you're not going to turn it down. It can still be helpful to stun certain enemies, like the deadly two-heart crabs.
They are so deadly. And so fast.
Teenage Ninja, you need the bow for this particular dungeon. Bottle glitch is involved in, actually, yeah, you need the bow for the pod as well. Looks like Kek didn't have anything of true value today, though. Although we did get some nice ammunition for Super Metroid. So it could be that Ossie's play to Eastern is the right call after all. True, they did get a lamp here in Eco Village. That does logically open up one item in the escape, and it's a fire source.
I'm just waiting to see what our first big breakthrough will be to kick off this race. Right now we're in the early stages. It's the grind, the early grind before things start to get really, really spicy.
We see Andy heading down south towards the dam. Now, in recent races, he's actually gone west to Agonist Cave after the previous series. He had 2 games in a row with an Aguna glove. And a couple games since he's played to the superstition that he has to check Aguna lest he lose out. As one of those games cost him the glove. But one of those gloves cost him the game.
Yes, did he want the game or the glove? Probably both.
Eastern play also did not have the value.
Oh, that's nice. Not useful yet. Alright, no, Ossie's not going to be missing out, so he's going to grab that shot.
Going to the traditional route. He's going to do a mini Moldorm, then I predict Ice Shot Cave.
Hopefully they find a way up to Death Mountain and can use that hook shot to check out the mountain.
Yeah, it's still useful for killing these Moldorms.
Oh yeah, it's like #1 quality of life early game for that. Oh, there's their glove. So I am gonna predict. Oh, and the bow.
That bow might lead Andy to want. We have the bow and the lamp. That could definitely lead Andy to do an early Eastern Palace. It's a crystal dungeon.
Have either of them map checked yet? I think I was gonna predict that one of them would save and quit to Sanctuary and then go up the mountain for the Paradox Cave check.
True, it is completely in logic, at least for Andy, since he has the lamp and a glove.
Yep. So that would actually be a nice sequence break for Ossie without that lamp.
It's interesting there's nothing else good in CAC. Although that lamp might be needed if we find a mirror or hammer to let us get in the Tower of Hera.
That's a very good point.
Andy is following that bow and torch over to Eastern Palace. I really can't blame him. Just a dungeon. And he has everything he needs for it.
Ouch.
Well, unless he takes one crab hug, but fortunately still has a heart left. Now, Osse has a decent chance he will go straight to Death Mountain if he wants to continue his cack skip.
Though with that loadout, he might be drawn to CAC because he thinks there's a fire source there. Because you don't want to end up by Tower of Hera without that lamp.
Back of escape. Well, it's 3 easy chests to get to since we have a glove. Speaking, we have our first sword much earlier than today's seed. 11 minutes instead of an hour and a half.
That is a very nice find.
So now does he go to CAC or does he break up the mountain? He's angling towards the mountain.
Hopefully that bow isn't pointing to progression at Armos. That would be a very sad Aussie in that case.
Well, the tracker says we already found 3 prizes in here, so...
Oh! Armos has the map. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Well then, this is great for him.
The only way CAC's get put now is if he finds a way into Hera up here, and then it's basement locked. And I see dodges enough of the deadly cabbages. After having some harrowing trials yesterday with them. It was hilarious. Ooh, half magic on top of Spectacle Rock.
That is
It's not
probably
needed, but if we find a mirror, they're gonna grab it.
I think it can be attached to the logic for Spike Cave, but other than that, it's just a nice quality of life item.
These runners are good enough that they can get around to the technical logic of Spike Cave. Except for that part where they need a hammer and glove, of course. Well, we get some nice health in the bottom part of Paradox Cave.
Let's see what we got. Anything good? Oh,
Boots! I call that good. X-ray shovel.
this is an interesting slice of items.
We got an item that's usually useless, a shovel, and the boots. Although there are some niche uses for that X-ray if we get some charge and plasma.
I'm wondering does Aussie know how to hover? Because Andy's gonna get those boots very soon.
I do not know. Boots was super late in last night's seed.
See, chat, hovering might not be required, but it's fun. I think in a few places they can save a couple seconds.
I mean, it's faster than doing a bomb jump in Ice Palace, but with hookshot and the bow, we have most of the hover spots covered already.
I'm enjoying these shovel dashes from Osse. And there's progression.
Chasing the shovel pays off big. That is a Titan's Mitts, which right now only unlocks King's Tomb. But once we get a Moon Pill, it's our Dark World progression.
And he'll have a very fast time clearing out the Kakariko village with these boots.
So Osse's gonna get his lamp and his assorted Super Metroid ammunition. And Maverick asks if Moon Pill could be in Metroid, it certainly can.
I think I'm looking forward the most to the King's Tomb check.
Yes, this is still normal logic. So for Super Metroid, the only tricks they have to know are Shine Sparking, Infinite Bomb Jumps, and regular wall jumping. That's it. They are free to use any of the silly tricks they want.
As long as they stay inside the game.
Yes. The tricks that are allowed in hard mode. I should be more clear. No EG.
So we effectively have a bit of downtime here while these two dovetail back on each other's paths.
Not entirely sure where Osse is heading right now. Okay, he's heading towards Bangkok's in a slightly roundabout manner.
He's doing a small world tour.
Speaking of Bangkok's, nothing of value. But we have Titans, so we can check that King's Tomb.
And if it's not here, then I think it's either Agana or Super Metroid at this point.
The front of Escape is open as well.
Oh yeah. I thought Osse did that. Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, we also have, yeah.
Nope, you've just seen in the future. He's doing it right now. Also, chat points out that Zora is open.
Lord Nav, is this really Andy? Yes, it is really Andy. He is really himself. Playing his heart out.
The sword was in the back of Escape, for the people in chat who are wondering.
That single bomb stun prize is actually very nice.
Oh, that's huge. Well, it would have been if we had known about it a little earlier. Now it's just nice. Pretty sure we're going to see Andy get the King's Tomb. Oh no, he can't do King's Tomb. I think he's probably going to head into the back of Escape and get his sword, though. And hopefully he'll get that shovel spot. And with that, Osse is the last garbage escape chest.
Two more chances for glory right here.
And then one more in the dark classroom, which, you know, with blue mail, it's going to be tricky to death whoop yourself there, but I guess you can.
Yeah, he's already prepping it, bonking into the green guard.
And he has remembered his shovel today. Yesterday didn't hurt him, because it didn't have anything, but today he has it.
That's a good thing. Good thing everybody reminded him yesterday.
For those who are wondering, yesterday Andy completed Ganon's tower without having a Master Sword, and had to go find one before Ganon.
And still managed to win, so that he had a pretty significant lead for a good portion there.
And Osse left the Green Guard alive, so he will death warp to the Dark Classroom, while Andy heads over to get us our Aguna check.
Ooh, Cape is interesting.
Decent chance we'll see both our runners pick that up.
We're still really waiting for that breakthrough moment where a big chunk of the game becomes open.
Well, it wasn't Aguna. Only 50 rupees there. Let's see if Osse's one-off check. For the Moon Pearl, Osse's check wins.
Off we go to the Dark World. Osse trying to get a quick dash off of those sanctuary steps, but I don't think those steps are real.
Andy is setting up a Houlihan room for himself. Clearly he has Zora on his mind. Ooh, he messes it up. Alright, pendants are Turtle Rock and Swamp with a green pendant in ice.
You know, that's pretty nice. Although, maybe what they need is sitting in Swamp.
I'd say all three of those dungeons, well, Turtle Rock and Swamp both have lots of treasure, and then with ice being the green pendant, that's still 4 items.
But if they don't have progression today, then that'll make for a fast seat.
Absolutely. Swamp takes a while to full clear, and Turtle Rock is just a long dungeon period.
That is one of 2 items in here. It's not too shabby.
And we got one more guaranteed check we can make. But Osse is not going to have any part of it.
Yeah, that's not a pleasant check to make. Not without the cane.
We're going to bump a ledge check once he doesn't know about the cape.
Oh, I don't think he scrolled his screen far enough to see it. At least I didn't.
And he's setting up his own death warp, so he'll be getting his moon pearl shortly. And Lord Nav, yes, you can soft drop yourself in a crouch, Super Metroid, although in some of them you can wiggle your way out. Logic will never expect you to... well, actually, no, you can Logic can cause you to do that.
It sure can. That pink Brinstar crumble wall. Oh, nice find for Osse. Varia in the town.
No suitless Whitley today.
Suitless Dragon is still an option.
I mean, Logic won't require it, but it's an option.
Especially with that early X-ray for Osse.
Andy is making an interesting play over here. He's checking... Ooh, Master Sword in Thieves Town, but Andy is heading towards the Dark Death Mountain.
I think the hookshot makes that pretty appealing, so I can agree with that one.
Yeah, we get 6 items up here. We know we don't need the Mailer for Floating Island, and while Turtle Rock is a pendant, we can still see what medallion we need for it, in case it has value.
Ooh.
High jump in Thieves. Wow, that's some nice value right there.
So he has access to Upper Norfair now.
Yeah, this could be a Morph Ball in Bubble Mountain Seed.
Wow, he's actually warping out of there instead of finishing it. Even though it's a crystal dungeon.
Well, he may be concerned he doesn't have the hammer to get to the big chest.
Ah, yeah. That's a good call. And it's still early enough time in the dungeon that it wasn't significant time loss.
Well, we have the medallion for Turtle Rock.
So Osse might be sizing up his opponent here with that choice, saying I need to push Logic as hard as I can instead of doing this early completion, because I can always come back here.
Yeah, of Titans, the portal to near Thieves Town is very quick to access. Looks like Dark Death Mountain did not have anything special for us. So I fully expect Danny to head and do mix to the checks we just saw Osse do.
Yep. And Osse has a new friend. It's a Frogman World Tour.
Well, at this point, all that's left on the tour, I believe, is Hype Cave. So let's see what we got. I'm giving that cave a 0 out of 10. No hype whatsoever.
Hey, I like health. If we didn't have Varia, that would have been some exciting hell run opportunities, but that's a 0 out of 10. Yeah, it's right.
Andy is not doing Thieves Town. He's skipping the whole place with that no hammer.
That's unfortunate for him if he doesn't find something else. Oh, ice rod.
Oh boy, that hot pendant turtle rock try next play.
Andy has some very calculated money right there. Might be looking at that Zora.
And he is doing the fog chain today. So he's going to get the same fun time on Dark Death Mountain that Andy just had.
I'm hoping he makes that Upper North Fair play soon, because that could be a good moment if he finds Morph Ball up there, or even something else.
We'll have to see.
Oh, this is actually a pretty nice seed. It's nice to be able to clear out a lot of A Link to the Past early. Because like Super Metroid is deceptive in how much time it can take versus how much time it takes when you don't have to do all of it.
Well, Andy's about to get his ice rod. Now, since he hasn't done Thieves Town, he may decide that purple chest is the play to make. I believe we're about to see some fake flippers on Osse side, because he's already done this. So he sets up a auto blocking glitch.
We are going to see our friend the Zora. Oh, he misses the input, so just a regular water walk today.
Well, Andy's gonna get that first item in Skull Woods. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't any good. Well, actually, I don't think Osse checked the big chest in there, and we have the big key.
I believe he did. Yeah, he bomb jumped over to the Skullwood's big chest.
Well, the Hubbo has the other single rupee. We found both single rupees and, I believe, the single arrow.
A chat pointing out, yeah, they could go to right side Dark World. I think right now that would require a water walk.
No, not if they go through Ganon. We have a Master Sword, we have a lamp, we have a pill.
That's a good point. So in this case, Andy could choose to make the play to water walk after he leaves Skull Woods and just walk over there and skip Aghanim. That could be a big play. Let's see if he does it.
Andy, having seen that cape earlier, is probably interested in what's on Bumper Ledge. Just a blue loop. And the Zorro is a ripoff.
And we're gonna see some Bubble Mountain. So that's nice. Neither of our runners today getting stuck waiting for the gamer to go around.
It always feels bad when you fail to kill it in time.
Yeah, you have so much time to think about your life. It's like, why? Why?
Just some money in the cathedral spot, so we don't have to worry about coming back there once we get Morph Ball. But we have, I believe, 5 in logic checks we can make here in Bubble Mountain. And surrounding zones.
I think the top right here, like I'm not sure if this top right speed boost area is in logic in normal.
I think with high jump boots it is. Well, Andy is going to do all of Thieves Town. Find a red rupee upstairs. So at most there's one item left in here. And regardless if it's in logic, there is nothing good in speed booster area.
Hopefully Wave Beam or that underneath spot in Bubble Mountain has what he needs.
Yes. Now only the first item in the wave area is in logic, as we have no way to escape from the room that contains the second, since we have no Morph Ball. And no Wave Beam.
Oh my gosh, there's a flute.
Well, that's our Mario area.
What if Morph is just sitting there at screw attack?
Unless we have screw attack, it can't.
Yep.
So in Thieves Town, we're down to a 50-50 for the item being on blind or the chest. Unfortunately, I didn't quite catch what the item prize was, except for the crystal.
It was a piece of heart.
Alright, so we do not need the hammer for Thieves Town. Andy's gonna give us a purple lunchbox chest.
That is becoming increasingly likely to have what he needs.
Pretty sure Ossie's gonna use that flute to immediately head towards the mire. Magic powder. That could be interesting. Looks like it's going to be a fake flipper or water walker time for Andy.
Yeah, he's also setting up that water rock.
Andy's not going to pay the Zora. He has other plans. Like getting item in here.
That is
Today's Mayo Shed has no progression.
interesting route from Andy. I really like him using the water walk to, like, given the Zor ledge didn't have anything, he just used it to get to this check a lot faster.
But guess what? Ether is the only medallion we need. Unless we have to pendant Bombo size.
"43 minutes in, we're already in mire. No morph to be found."
Andy will now probably go ahead and pay the Zora with his water walking checks finished. Yeah, that high jump also puts the second item in early retro Brinstar in logic. But hey, Morph Ball in Mire. What a crazy sequence of events to get that.
So Andy is gonna find that flute, and he will find his way to that morph ball fairly soon.
And there's our other Mire prize. And it looks like the first place Oz is going to take that Morph Ball is lower north here.
Yeah, with those high jump boots, he can pretty much clear out this whole place. I guess he doesn't have the ammo for Ridley, so that might not be his choice. I think he'll save and quit out of here instead of killing this boss. There he goes.
So you're actually making a slightly out of logic check, as the wall jumps required to get into the gauntlet are not required in normal, due to their delayed nature.
But they are pretty fun. And they save you a bit of time. It's nice not having to come back here. Oh, I see mockballing in the acid. What are you doing?
There's Andy's flute. Andy, why are you checking that other room? Ooh, a bottle for Osse. I guess Andy could choose to green gate glitch his way past this here gate.
Yep. He's got to get the most checks possible. This gate's not so bad. So, and he gets that extra value before going on his way.
We see a nice little mock ball through, well, the mock ball room. Get into Windstar Reserve. Tempered Sword. I'll make the rest of the link to the bass faster.
Yeah, all things considered, this seed has been pretty kind.
I'm not sure if I'd call the Morph Ball chain kind, but
I actually...
I mean, it's hilarious and great, but not kind.
I actually would argue it is, because the more progression you can go get in Link to the Past, the more quality of life items you have before you can use Morph, like high jump, etc. Then Super Metroid's faster, and you can hold off on it. It's really Link to the Past is what holds you up most seeds.
Getting a fetch quest on Osse's side. While Andy awakens the duck.
Oof, nice speed booster. Good timing as well.
Well, earlier when I said that gauntlet wasn't in logic, it is now.
And this extra armor from Varia is going to make all of these Super Metroid rooms pretty free. Oh, nice escape from Osse. Mission impossible right there. Jumps back through the roof.
Saves a little time right there.
That one's very difficult.
Andy is following the logic straight into Maya, so you won't be too far behind. Although he does have 2 crystals on Osse, which mitigates any concerns of being behind somewhat.
Yeah. They sure do know how to put on a show. Doing a nice balance of progression and dungeons.
Green potion and spore skip.
Yep. That false advertising in the palette. Is this red or green?
That is due to the limitations of the Super Metroid color palette.
Where they made it very rich, but only in a couple colors at a time. Just because that's how the SNES works.
In all fairness, it did turn into a beautiful game, so there you go.
It really did.
Wow, being able to check one away along with the rest of Pink Burn. What a rare sight that is. Too bad it's garbage.
Interesting. Oh, I'm gonna have to take that one. Osse just roof clipped out of the charge beam area to save a power bomb. I can't believe I hadn't thought of that. And that's not a hard clip if you know the inputs.
Looks like Osse is heading for the retro brain check. We'll go up the escape shaft. But first, we have Billy May's room.
This is some pretty high frequency checks, so very well could be what he needs.
Unfortunately, Andy had to pass by the Morph Ball chest early on account of his very low health total. But he managed to powder an anti-fairy, so...
Question in chat, where was Morph? There was Morph. And Speed... Where was... Speed was,
It was the
in
green area.
Yeah, in Green Brinstar.
Looks like Andy is going to make the same checks that Osse has been making. Ooh, Osse slightly misses the Shine Spark. It would have been the coolest way possible to clear this room.
So Taz in chat, who's got an advantage? So right now, Osse's got progression on Andy, but he didn't stick around to finish those 2 dungeons. So in that way, that might equal it out in the end.
It's definitely a far too close race to be calling anyone in the lead right now. Also far too early in the race.
Yes, definitely. Like, so much could change with little decisions.
Like, where does Osse go next? I imagine we'll see a bomb Tuizo check. Then you can either go down Red Tower, or Wrecked Ship is in logic.
Yeah, that wrecked ship play sounds pretty good.
Now, I believe in the curse of Wrecked Ship. There'll be nothing after Phantom for progression.
I once found Varia at Gravity, so that would have been a nice surprise for these runners if they found a suit. Vanilla Gravity incoming?
But yeah, some slight technical issues on Osse's stream, if you're not.
He's working on his spin jumps.
Yes, this chat debates the blind fight. It's 9 hits from any weapon that hurts him, so that's any of the 4 swords, the hammer, or either cane.
I'm partial to the Cane of Burna strats. You just follow blind around.
Looks like we have visual on Osse again. He is using the speed booster strat to get over to the wrecked ship.
Oh, Andy tries to get Mission Impossible. Doesn't quite get it.
It'll cost him a few seconds. You know, we see Osse do another shine spark across. This level of health ammo and a various suit, Osse should have no trouble on Phantom. Also, thank you to DH Storm for helping support the Speed Gaming Network.
I like that speedball strat from Andy. I haven't seen somebody escape from there with that before.
Indeed, poor spawn. His items get stolen, he doesn't even get any visitors. And down goes Fantoon for Osse.
And we'll get to see if this wreck ship pays off. The wreck ship is not going to be... It's not a far-fetched check, so we could see Andy following in Osse's footsteps still.
Unfortunately, we may not see all of the wreck ship, but we get a hot container.
We're building up a pretty strong collection of ammo here.
Well, with no charger beam, it's nice to have a big ammo collection.
Osse opting not to do the save and then to check the right side item.
What is a considerable time sink for one check?
Wow, he's not even checking the right side of the attic.
Impressive.
I feel like he does a lot of skips in wreck ship pretty frequently. Oh. There you go, he is leaving.
Well, we didn't see all of wreck ship, but what we did see was not value.
He's got better places to be, and that is probably Kraid.
It's an aggressive maneuver, I'll give him that. Well, Andy has nearly finished his Brimstone loop and will have to decide if he wants to go to wreck ship or immediately straight down to Kraid. Oh, nice wave beam. Will provide a helpful damage boost.
Now we'll have to see when Andy goes to wreck ship whether or not Osse pushed his luck and skipped one or two too many items.
Osse is going to do the X-ray check without having either of the traditional item for it.
Yeah, the various suit is going to help him out with this.
But it's nothing he wants.
Couple easy D boosts and he's out of there. No problem.
And he sees that Quake Medallion and doesn't even bother picking it up. It has 0 value potential.
Unless you feel like nuking some enemies.
Well, you're thinking of Bombos, which does technically have value potential. You are correct, Downfall Quake does have that potential, but it is a rather time-consuming pursuit for our runners. And yep, so the Spacer Room is required today.
That could be the item he needed. He's probably gonna go do his pod play.
Yep. Goodbye, Ganon.
And goodbye, Kraid.
Yep. No stand-up today from Osse.
Just thought of a bad joke related to stand-up glitch. There's 2 stand-up glitches, one for Mother Brain, one for Kraid.
Yep. You're not the first to make that joke either.
Uh-oh.
That's cool. Jokes are meant to be shared. So Andy did not do that ship, he's just heading straight for this area. So from here, Osse could choose to go check out a couple items he skipped in Bubble Mountain. He could go to Croc. Or he could go to Link to the Past.
Yeah. The prospect of Link to the Past is pretty good.
Well, with Pod full clearable, I mean, that tends to have nice items in there. And decides the blue boomerang is worth his time. Is he turning in the mushroom? Oh, the witch is handing out grapple beams. Who wants to see Shaq Tool?
Or a very fun... Oh my gosh, Andy, what the hell was that deboost? He just deboosted up the entire body of Kraid.
He's just, showing up the full stand-up glitch in all of its glory.
I've never seen that before. Yeah, that grapple X-ray is making suitless Meridia a higher possibility. Not logically, but just for fun. Suitless Dragon, you just grapple jump out of there and then X-ray climb. And I know this guy can do it.
Alright, so we got 5 items inside a pod. However, 4 of the front 6 chests will be small keys. So if you want the good stuff, you have to make it to the back. We are seeing some additional checks from Andy's. I do not believe Osse checked out this ice beam location.
No, he definitely did not.
Andy has returned to Link to the Past. He is floating straight to pod. Alright, Osse has finished clearing out the boring front half of pod. Now let's get to the treasure-filled back half.
Hopefully it's something exciting.
That is the hope. Of course, value in Eastside Dark World could be in the form of catfish or pyramid. Sadly, Harmless Hellway was key for a key. Oh boy, another energy tank. Just what we needed.
Here we go. Boots coming into play.
Oh, those big time hovers. This
Saving
does
a bit of
actually
time.
save Andy a couple minutes of going a long way through this section. I'm unsure what system Osse uses to play this game, but I know Andy uses an SD to SNES, which I believe is similar to an EverDrive. Nothing special in Pod yet, but we do get a crystal off of Helmasaur King. And Andy gets his key for a key as well, although at this point he could have known it was key for a key.
Oh, it looks like he's preparing a death warp.
And the silver arrow to the face finishes off the Helmasaur King. And it does indeed take that death warp. And we get a crystal out of here, but that's about it. So it looks like Osse is not going to go for the catfish and pyramid checks. You get Sick Kid, and I imagine Osse will finish out Thieves Town. And with that red mail combined with the 13 hearts that Osse has, he is super duper healthy.
Yep. This makes sense for him to do since he's in the area.
Yes, Osse did not finish Eastern Palace because he did not have the bow when he did it. And now Andy gets his Helmasaur super missiles. Where do you think he's going to go next? Do you think he'll make the catfish and pyramid checks?
Sounds plausible to me. But either of these runners are looking for an advantage right now, so they might be avoiding those checks. Because they are the walk away, right? Like 2 items, long trek.
They are long trek isolated items, that is true.
I think Andy knows Osse would skip it. But there's some peer pressure going on here.
It is worth pointing out that Andy has the powder. That is one thing Osse did not grab. So we can go ahead and check magic that.
And if that could actually be a swing, that would be a pretty clear. Let's see if it has anything.
Nope, just big 20. Osse claims the Thieves' Town compass, which Andy will never get.
After Osse finishes up these dungeon clears, we might have a better picture of where that lead might be sitting right now.
If I had to guess, Andy's about to go to the wrecked ship.
Yeah, and we'll see if he clears out those items Osse skipped.
So Osse's gonna do his hammer pegs and most likely his purple lunchbox. Ooh, nice shine spot candy. Grabs the supers on the way. Sadly, Osse flew slightly above them.
Well, that's something. A Book of Medora.
It's access in the desert, which we can now full clear. We had another crystal. And I imagine, actually, I think Osse's actually just going to go for it, too. After he opens up this chest.
Yeah, the routing worked out really nicely for him.
Chronogen, these games are actually combined. There are a few sections where you can transition from one game to the other. That's what ad tenement this is. Pantene is not playing very nicely with Andy, giving me a nice low pattern.
But he's getting more Dopplers than Osse did, so he's going to save a bit of time there.
Absolutely. And down he goes. Meanwhile, Desert was not boots locked. So far, nothing good in desert yet. Although you will be able to pick up that cape. We know Bumper Cave isn't needed, but it's a nice safety to have. And at this point, it'll let him do Spike Cave with those 14 hearts of his.
Yeah, this is a very healthy seed on both sides. Both games are being pretty generous with their health tanks.
Andy is making extra plays that Osse chose to skip, so... This could make the game for Andy. Oh my gosh, it's a gravity suit.
Wow. Poor Osse.
That is a huge advantage for Andy.
That is a very big skip for Osse to have made.
Now, admittedly, it is possible that there's nothing good in Meridia, and all Osse has to do is suitless Dragon, but...
Given how early this gravity was available, with that speed booster and the high jump, I think this might be... there might be something in Meridia.
And with that, the curse of the wreck ship has been broken. Good job, Andy. The first game in this tournament that I've watched, commentated, or played where there was some sort of progression after Phantom. I said after Phantom, not before.
This is another check that
TBN Ninja. Yep, another check Osse skipped.
Nice clips from Andy. Doesn't have to waste too much time on those robots.
Norville's Dingus asks,
Oh,
what did Andy get? Gravity. But Osse does have a mirror, so they each have a big item that the other does not. So this is still interesting, folks.
Yep. Let's see where the mirror goes. At least half magic. So if anything, it's nice. Just a nice to have.
This also means that the mirror at land mode does mean that Andy will have to do hammer pegs to get that book. That this is only access in the desert, and right now that's somewhat of an isolated check for him. He's already done the full smith chain and the magic bat.
Since they already had access to Tower of Hera with hammer and hookshot, I'm not sure if this will give him what he needs. That gravity might have been the chink in the seed's armor.
Well, it depends. How long does it take Andy to make that one-off check to do desert, which is mandatory because it's a crystal. But just how long does it take Osse to go back to X ship and do terrible checks? get a missile back in Tower of Error. And now Andy has full clear to the wrecked ship. But he may be going to go straight into Meridia after finding that gravity suit, and I would not blame him.
Yep, that seems like a smart play.
Above the Skynex ship was just like a big 20 or something. Meanwhile, Osse is doing Moldorm's basement for the treasures contained within. This is everyone's favorite link to the past check right here. Also known as the coffee break.
Now he gets to think about his decisions and ponder about what could have been in Rex's ship.
Looks like Andy is considering a lower Norfair play. He certainly has the supers to take care of it, I'll give him that. Ooh, Moldorm's basement was holding another missile pack.
Yeah, that fight's so trivial with that many supers.
Osse is going to that Spike Cave check. This is another isolated, out-of-the-way location. With just a missile pack in it.
Oh, Andy just missing out on his spark there. Has to go back and get it.
Osse's going to give us a Bombos tablet check. Since this is based off of the V29 Link to the Past logic, this can have something. And it does, the Charge Beam. While not technically required, it is a logical progression for Ridley, Butwoon, and Mother Brain. A screw attack for Osse in Cave 45. This will make his trek through Lower Norfair much easier than Andy's.
Yeah, all those nice to have, but not need to have Super Metroid items.
Ooh, he bumps into the crazy lady and is delayed by a couple seconds of text while a god arrives. So congratulations to Andy for getting that fire rod. We still have no idea where the Cane of Somalia is.
Yep, and whoever finds that first will be in a good shape. If it's not in Meridia, then I think Aussie has a stronger chance here.
If it's in Meridia, that could be trouble. Of course, if Aussie finds it soon, that may lead him to go clear out some of Turtle Rock. Even without, especially if he gets the right fire rod as well, before going back to that shit. Andy choosing to farm a little bit to get his super missiles up orderly. Oh, we get an ice beam. The graveyard ledge. Once again, another one of those nice to have but not required items.
Andy making very short work of Ridley.
Yep, 30 super missiles would do it. He takes double damage from them. You know, Aussie might be heading down the Croc after this. The ice... You can get to Crocomire real easily from Crumble Tower, since you have a speed booster.
It will... a long time for him to go back to gravity. So, Lower Norfair so far hasn't given Andy really any new stuff, so...
Well, except for that fire rod, I'll let him do Skull Woods.
Oh yeah, yeah.
However, the Pyramid Fairy is also dead since the other 5-6 crystal is Mire. And Aussie is indeed heading to Crocomire. This will be some checks that Andy has not done.
I wonder if he's going to show us some grapple on Croc today.
He's just gonna take the asset like a champ. The Spring Ball. Everyone loves Spring Ball.
Oh yeah. I'd say it's my favorite item in Super Metroid, but it took me a while to get there. You gotta discover it, you know? Got lots of little tricks.
Interesting landing path on Osse for the post-clock checks as he goes right by the cosine room.
He's probably saving it to spark up at the end.
So far, 4 of the 5 post-clock items are nothing. This might have been a large quantity of wasted time for Osse. But we have 1 check left to go. A bee in a bottle. Clockmire was worthless.
Yep. Another little time loss for Osse.
Looks like Andy is heading towards Meridia. Osse is making a play on lower north here. Going to make a lava dive here.
That spring ball could help him when he inevitably does his suitless Meridia.
No charge beam, Andy's going to want to pick up those supers in the turtle room.
Yeah, that would be the Super Metroid equivalent of not having a sword. Just not having enough ammo for Mother Brain.
As he makes his way through the worst room in the game, over to where he's about to get his fire rod. While Andy's continuing to rapidly check Meridia, we're about to get the sand pit or wishing well items.
I always call this one the watering hole.
A lot of people have different names for this particular area, and finds a spacer beam. It's no plasma, but it is technically more powerful than no spacer at all. While Osse follows in Andy's footsteps in lower north here, we know he's not going to find anything special there, but you do have to kill Ridley no matter what.
Morph bombs. Morph bombs for Andy in I just call that the snail clip spot.
I believe it's formally known as the aqueduct, but yeah, snail clip is pretty accurate.
Yep, Ossie's very, very, very healthy for Ridley right now.
And he doesn't like what he sees in the first few resets, but we got one to go. Plus maybe a shack tool check. Nope, straight out of that sandpit too, so I don't think shack tool is on the menu.
Not yet, anyways.
So Andy defeats Batun, and Osse has defeated Ridley. Oh boy, even more supers. I believe that puts Andy's max to like 65.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to find that charge beam now.
The book was in hammer pegs, and no, Andy does not have it.
Kind of seeing the opposite of last race now, because Ossie's slowly pulling away with the dungeons. Just in a small way.
And he has so many power bombs, he doesn't want those. Now, there's a few strats Andy could use to clear out this boss fight. He might go for short charges, he could go for the grapple beam, he could just do vanilla missiles. And I believe Andy is a fan of the short charge dragon.
So that spring ball being where it is actually going to be pretty helpful for Ossie if he never ends up going back for gravity.
And Andy is elected to use the grapple beam strat. Just fries Dragon right up.
Unless the Kane is hiding out with Shaq 2 or Plasma, it looks like Murdio was a bust.
But, I mean, we still do have those 2 locations to check. We'll have to see if Andy chooses to go to either one of them. The way he's heading, I think Andy is going towards the Shack Tool check. So should people go through Cack Alley if they want to get a plasma beam? We have not seen the catfish or the pyramid ledge. To answer Osse101, I also believe we haven't seen the Death Mountain pedestal, the ether tablet, I should say. Everybody say hi to our friend Shack Tool. He's gonna dig us a tunnel through the... Careful, Andy. You don't want to kill him. Yet. Oh my gosh, it's the Cane of Somalia. We are in no mode, people. Shack Tool had the value.
That's a terrible outcome for Aussie.
Let's see if Andy gives Shack Tool a nice super missile of appreciation. Nope, he gets to live. You know, until the planet blows up.
That's okay, he's a pirate anyways.
Now, for those wondering, it is technically possible to get that without gravity, although Ice needs to be good with ice beam clips, or he needs to get a space jump.
With the with high jump and with ice, he can get over there, and then he can get up out of the grapple block spot. But getting out of the water on the next side isn't even in hard logic without space jump, because it is very difficult. Also, very time consuming to go to Shack Tool without a suit.
Fun fact, at the end of the co-op Super Metroid Z3 combo tournament, they had a hard mode seed exhibition match, of which Andy was one of the participants, and suitless Shack Tool was required. Looks like Andy is avoiding the turtle rock bait, at least for now. But Osse is about to get baited into swamp. Wait, no, he can't. He doesn't have flippers.
So if Andy does, is it Smith chain to get the book?
Hammer pegs.
Hammer pegs. So if he does hammer pegs, that looks like go mode to me.
Yep, he will be in go mode once he does those hammer pegs.
Which seems pretty likely after a Skull Woods play.
It's like Osse's gonna give us all a catfish check. Another underwater creature that a lot of people like to avoid. Skull Woods for Andy, his 4th crystal. Osse does have 5 crystals.
So unless he's found some new technology to skip that door in Misery Mire, then that's going to be a hard block for him.
Osse's back in Metroid, so he could be checking missed stuff.
Oh, seems like it. So if he grabs gravity and then leaves wrecked ship, and then doesn't take the Meridia bait, other than Shaktul.
That's a pretty hard swallow right there. Getting off Meridia and going straight to Shaktul.
Maybe his spidey senses are tingling. He'll go right there.
But he is on the path of the gravity suit.
And here is Andy's go mode after these short messages from your neighborhood hammer pegs.
And
At 2 hours and
1 minute, we have go mode.
Nice. That co-op go mode announcement.
Right. Meanwhile, Osse is about to get his gravity suit. Although he is a little behind at the moment. So I reckon that killing Dragon and getting the Red Cane out of Shaktul takes longer than doing Desert and Hera.
Especially because Andy will route in Hera right before he goes to Ganon. And he's reading his book while he walks. Taking down notes.
And he knows he's in go mode because he's not checking the other chest in there. He doesn't need the mirror for go mode for the person asking. He has a way into Ganon's tower, so we don't need swamps. Heavy will pick up... Well, he thought about picking up Cape, but looks like he's not worried about doing tile room the easy way.
Osse making a beeline straight for Meridia.
So let's see how much of this place he clears before he does Shack Tool. I'm thinking all of it.
That is fair. This seed did not play to Osse's typical strats of skipping stuff.
That is the danger when you choose to skip stuff, though. You know, sometimes items are in those location spots. Yes, chat. Shack Tool had the cane. Ice Beam was in the graveyard ledge. It was a mirror check.
So, if things go like they're looking like they're gonna go, Osse's gonna have a hard time in this best of 5 because they'll be on game point for Andy for the rest of the set.
True, that is true, but he is by no means out.
Definitely not. Anything can happen in Rando. Okay, moment of truth. Does he go down to Shack right now after Sandpit?
That's the way I personally choose to route it, but he's going to Botwoon right now.
No Sandpits at all. He'll probably swing through there afterwards.
Given that he only needs one item, that's not necessarily bad routing either.
That was a pretty flawless Vitreous from Andy. He's got lots of practice.
Yeah, Silver Arrow Vitreous is that's free. Now Fighter Sword Vitreous, that's what gets interesting.
My favorite is any sword with cane. You just stand in the middle and swing for a bit.
No, I'm talking just a Fighter Sword.
Oh no. Not
You have to use
not
spin
even.
attacks to damage the big eye.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that.
Then you have the crushing pain when you realize that you could have gotten something to help you before going there. It's just how you ended the game. Alright, so Andy's going to do Tower of Pharaoh and then against Tower, so we will have a quick window in which we can put in guesses, but that window is not yet. At this point, Leximus Prime, it is safe to say that Andy has a lead. Well, it is still possible for something terrible to happen. Like a Mother Brain soft lock or something.
Yeah, there's. It's seeming pretty rough for Osse at this point. It would require a finals miracle for him.
I'd like to thank Worthless Wonder for helping to support the Speed Gaming Network. Your support makes fun tournaments like this possible.
So, Andy is now off to Ganon's tower.
Alright, real fast, get your big key guesses in chat. You have like maybe 10 seconds. Let's go. 1 through 22. Where do you think the big key is going to be? My personal guess for this seed is 17. I guess random numbers, so. How about you,
Mine is usually 11. I go with 11, and someday it'll pay off, but not yet. Someday.
Alright, just one. We have the space jump. Well, I'll make the terrain a bit more convenient.
Well, he didn't check Shack.
He may have another sandpit to do. Or maybe he's going to go to Plasma.
Oh, yeah, he definitely could go that way now.
Well, we're about to grab chest number 7. Still no big key. He is about to check the Shack Tool location. Everybody get ready to say hello to Shack Tool again. Just number 9, just a small key.
Come on, 11.
Eleven is just a piece of heart.
Oh,
But random room is not the answer today. Number 14 will be Bob's chest.
we'll get to see if he
Unfortunately, for Bob fans, he is not in the combo rando.
And about 15 minutes after Andy, Osse has entered go mode.
Nasi also spares check tool.
There we go. That is the big key.
Yep, 14. While Andy is going to motor his way up through the Ganon's Tower gauntlet. With tempered sword, boots, silvers, red mail, he has everything he would want. Well, Osse will clear out, looks like Eastern Palace first, and then from there Mayo and get Tower is the likely route.
Just making short work of the whole tower. So it seems to me like in order the time losses for Osse were skipping gravity, Kane being a check tool was a big hang up, and actually the bow making him backtrack the entirety of Eastern.
Indeed. The gravity is by far the largest of those issues.
Yeah, if he had had that, then this would be a very, very different game right now, because he was at wreck ship so soon.
Looks like Andy doesn't feel like covering today. See, Slaughter's mortal. He could be hoping for a charge. But nope, just 10 arrows. DM Stewart, there are 4 locations that let you transition between the two games. And Yutaka is correcting me. Charge cannot be in Gan's Tower. There is nothing useful there for him. Possible.
a triple. Will he do it again? Ah, he gets the best outcome possible, given the circumstances.
Yep, no double triple today, because Ganon didn't play along. Lord Nav, charge, morph ball, and either suit can't be in Ganon's tower.
Because the way the logic is written, the Super Metroid bosses are seen as logic for Ganon's tower, just to prevent a lot of Super Metroid progression being locked up in the tower.
That's one big cheese Ganon's bagging about. And you're making very fast work of the fire bat phase of Ganon with those boot strats.
Wow, that was a fast Ganon kill.
Yeah, Ganon was in good position for a triple.
Even the torch strats there to get him stunned again and get another shot in.
Everybody get 1G in the chat for Andy. Now, without the Ice Beam, Andy will have to use 3 power bombs per set of Metroids to clear them out. Also, Osse is on his way to Ganon's tower.
You know, while the power bombs on the Metroids takes a while, it actually isn't that long.
Space Jump is located inside of Ganon's tower. That's half the Metroid rooms down. 2 to go.
Yeah, with these kind of grouping strats, it's pretty fast to take them out. However long it takes to plant 3 power bombs.
Now let's see if Andy goes for a baby skip, and if he does go for it, does he get it? Because this can be very tricky to do.
Unfortunately, he doesn't get the turn he needs to make it happen.
It's okay, it doesn't cost him that much time. What really costs time is when you make lots of jumps for it and then fail. Oh, Osse is going right side Ganon's tower. This will slow him down a bit.
Yeah, just based on the go modes, Andy was about, I think, 14 minutes ahead in terms of go mode. With go mode also being, like, adding a couple dungeons, so it was about 15 minutes difference.
You know, we never did find flippers. I guess they could be in tile room. While Andy is going for the Speed Booster's Evertite skip and pulls it off. Far trickier to pull than the Ice Beam ones.
That is a very difficult Shine Spark. It's a very short space. Andy has more than enough ammo to finish this fight out. As long as he doesn't miss too much.
60 supers will do it, and for every missed super, we're going to need 3 missiles. That was 1 missed super, he's going to need a few missiles, and there we go. If no charge, Andy's not going to bother risking a stand-up glitch.
Yeah, no point without the ammo. Or without charge, I mean.
It is still technically faster, but not by very much. So, Andy's about to have his hype beam. Just need to smash Mother Brain with it several times.
So, Lost Spike Sex asking when is the next game of the match scheduled, and I don't think
it hasn't
is
been
yet.
scheduled yet.
Yep. Osse and Andy are pretty fast about it, so
yes,
it'll be the next couple
there
days.
An interesting point that someone in chat pointed out, there are 7 additional super missile packs in the combo randomizer. This was done at the expense of 7 regular missile packs. The extra, or in base Super Metroid, there's a maximum of 50 super missiles. The 7 extra packs means you can get up to 85 here. This makes it so you don't have to go on some sort of ridiculous charge beam hunt.
We'll have to see if in Game 3 whether Osse substantially changes his approach to the game. because he is known for doing a lot of big skips like that. Sometimes it costs him the game.
Well, in game 3, it might win him the game.
It's true.
Alright, everyone get ready to say goodbye to the animals, because we're not going to see them. At least not on Andy's stream.
Yeah, especially not with what's on the line here. Tournament with a prize pot. GG. Yeah, easy sub 230 for Andy.
And he has finished with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 45 seconds.
And right before that, wall of GG's, Maniacal with the 1 year sub, supporting that speed gaming. And then getting swarmed by a wall of Andy subs. .47 is a pretty fast Super Metroid time.
Alright, we'll see if we can get Andy in here for an interview.
And there he is. Welcome and congrats.
Hey, thanks.
Just one game away, potentially, from being done with this Super Metroid Zelda 3 combo tournament.
Yeah. It'll be nice to have a tournament be over, hopefully. But it was the seed was pretty much the polar opposite of yesterday's seed, so it was really interesting.
Yeah, the major thing that kind of decided the race was Oss skipped a lot of things in Wrecked Ship, including gravity.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
You were the more thorough checker, although you also had a lead because you had Bo when you first went to Eastern.
Yeah. Overall, this seed was really fun. I really liked the morph sequence. The morph sequence was.
That's one of the best morph sequences I've ever seen. It's right up there with Morph and Red Tower.
I don't even remember where high jump boots were, but I needed them to get up there at all. I just figured I wasn't going to do it, so yeah, it was really cool.
I think the high jump boots were in Thieves Town. So Thieves Town to Upper Norfair to Meyer.
Yeah, that's where they were.
Yes.
Yeah, last chest in the front. Yeah, overall, I played it pretty well. I got pretty lucky with my decision to check hammer pegs before going to Meyer. And then, leaving Meridia, I couldn't do Plasma without Charge Beam or Screw Attack, so it didn't really make sense to skip Shack Tool for me.
We had the legendary Shack Tool seed. And I believe that you haven't scheduled your game 3 yet.
Nope, not yet. It'll be sometime next week.
Yeah, your first game was just last night, so this was a pretty fast second game. So you two can get a bit of a break.
Yeah. With the Link to the Past rando tourney best of 5 as well, I kind of just want to get one of them out of the way quick.
Yeah, I think people in chat were pointing out, they're like, this is kind of a grind for you. You might get in a little bit of burnout.
Yeah, the burnout has been a thing since like last round, I think.
my knowledge, there isn't going to be no spring Link to the Past tournament, so...
Yup. I will get a nice long break.
Go on a vacation somewhere. Just disappear for a bit. You're streaming from a beach somewhere.
Yeah, this scene was really fun. I liked it a lot.
I will say that until roughly when you got the gravity suit, you two were pretty much on the same path. It was quite interesting, actually, because there were some opportunities for divergence.
Oh yeah, if Osse had grabbed that gravity suit, I think he would have won. That was like the linchpin of all of it.
It would have been tight. You still would have had to go, clear Eastern Palace. Overall, it was a great race to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
As you can see on stream, Osse has defeated Ganon and is heading towards Mother Brain himself.
I think one of your subs says you can catch up on your sub goal streams. Uh-oh.
Yep, that's the plan.
Not until you've had a bit of rest from your tournaments, I'm thinking.
Yeah, these last couple weeks have just been a lot. Like, basically scheduling my entire weeks around tournament matches. But,
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if it's like one tournament match in a week, but when you have, like, I don't know, half a dozen or more, I can't imagine that being anything but rough.
I'll get a break day tomorrow. I think Willard ended up not working on Monday, so we might do our second match on Monday. But I don't know. We'll see.
What stage of the tournament are you in for that one?
Four.
Of course, this is the tournament with fabulous cash prizes.
Yeah, that's the only reason I joined it, honestly. I really didn't want to.
No judging me.
But
Yeah, I guess the Link to the Past one is a little bit faster. This one can be a bit of a slog with these, like especially this best of 5.
Well, Link to the Past is also in best of 5 mode right now.
yeah, these just take a lot longer generally. Like, I think yesterday I did one match of each, and it was probably like 8 hours of my day that I spent setting up and doing them both.
Well, you have between 1 and 3 games left of this.
Oh god, 3 games would be another, what, 9 hours of gameplay?
Yeah.
Sorry, put a damper on your...
Not including
Like,
anything
oh,
he
God.
plays for fun.
That's like, at best, too. You know, there are definitely some seats that can be bad and take me like, 310, 320, 330. You never know.
Oh, we're getting more stats from chat. Andy's done 12 interviews per week.
I don't think it's quite that many. I think the most was last week with 6.
Well, no matter which way these tournaments go, enjoy your rest because you've earned it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. It's just very tiring. But, I'm very happy. This is my best time of the tournament, I'm pretty sure. By like 18 or 20 seconds or so.
Sub 230 is rough on single player Super Metroid Zelda 3.
I find the seeds that send you to Link to the Past early help you get that like a bit faster. Like the farther you can put off SM and go there with all of your nice to have items, then it can go a bit faster.
Yeah, this seed was pretty nice early with high jump boots and speed booster relatively early. Like all of the fast items in both games were before the hour mark.
So we're only a few minutes out from Osse coming in to say hello. He did find Charge Beam, so we're probably going to see stand up.
Yeah, it was on the Bombos tablet. Ice Beam was on the Graveyard Ledge, by the way.
Yeah, he said that like Charge and Ice were both mirror locked. And Screw, I think.
K45.
Yeah. But I actually need to get going. I have a dumb impromptu Rocket League tournament that I have to do tonight.
All
So
right. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for running this race.
tell Osse I said GG.
We will pass the message along for you.
Yeah, good luck in your Rocket League. Osse, are you X-factoring Mother Brain?
Well, he does know at this point that Andy had finished, so he might want to just show off. No stand-up glitch today. He damaged himself a little too much for that.
That golden Samus logo is actually pretty nice. Kudos to whoever made these flashy scorecards.
Yes, there was a 15-minute delay on the stream as this was done, basically to prevent cheating.
Yeah, especially with a prize pot on the line. It's a good thing to do. Hello, we're joined by Osse.
Hello.
It was an interesting match, especially that morph ball spot.
Yeah, that part was a lot of fun. I think I was I thought about sequence breaking to East Dark World for a while instead of going to Norfair, but ended up not doing that.
It worked out with where the hammer ended up being, right?
Yeah, I think there's nothing on the east side anyway.
There was not, other than the Crystal and Palace of Darkness. We never did find the flippers, which were probably in Tire Room or somewhere else real stupid.
Yeah, when I found Gravity, I had to hope that it led to flippers and Andy would be chasing that. I was far enough behind at that point, I thought about breaking into ice or doing some suitless Dragon just to not go back to wreck ship.
Unfortunately, this heat would have required a suitless Shack Tool.
Yeah, you need space jump for that, and that was in GT.
I think it's possible to get out of the water in there without it, but it's really tough.
I know
So
how
tough that it's just
logic
not in
requires
logic.
Space jump.
Yeah.
Actually, I
So-
could X-ray climb it.
Yeah. True commitment to the not going back to get the gravity.
Yeah.
Watching it for you, this was the seed where the cursive wreck ship was broken, and there was post-Fantoon progression. You sometimes that spot before Fantoon is that progression, but of all the races I've watched, played, or commentated on this tournament, this was the first one that had something after Fantoon.
Yeah. So I kind of thought about just doing wreck ship late, but I was passing by. I couldn't kill Fantoon fast, and then I just never went back because I cleared out most of the items.
Yeah, I was wondering earlier, whenever I watch your play, you like to do a lot of skips, like you regularly skip the top of wreck ship. Are you gonna change your metagaming for your next match?
This match is a change from the previous match. Last match,
What did-
I didn't skip much at all, and lost by a few minutes. And so this
okay.
match, I wanted to skip some of the slower checks. So the wreck ship E-tank is specifically one of the spots I was going to skip.
It is a pretty terrible spot. And for that matter, Ossie's official SRL time was, let's take a look here, 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 4 seconds. Still sub 3, and better than any of the times I posted.
I think the difference between your end times was the difference between your go mode times. So you two were pretty consistent from then to the end.
Okay.
Hopefully you guys will get Game 3 scheduled at some point, and we'll be happy to join in for that. And hopefully it'll be another very interesting seed.
You got to give Andy time to sleep because he's got too many other things going on.
Pretty much. Being of which, Andy, I'd like to pass on a message of GG. And I'd like to thank NDS for co-commentating with me. I'd like to thank our tracker, Dude KR. I'd like to thank all of the chat for being here with us today. This was a wonderful race. We hope to see you next time. There will tomorrow be a community race at 3 o'clock Eastern. Another one at Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah. And please check out the website at the end of that link to join in for yourself. Maybe try the game out.
And with that said, I'm Lachlan, signing out.
Yeah, and Diaz, see you later.